On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, we're going to dive in, folks, and look at 3 things to focus on for the Panthers offense as we take on the Minnesota Vikings this week. Before we get into today's video, make sure you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, folks. Pound that like button. Hit the bell notification to be notified of future videos like this on the Panthers. And hey, folks, leave me some comments. I love the back and forth banter and the dialogue. All right, folks. Got to get this bad taste out of our mouth. The Dallas loss is one thing. I'm really having a hard time getting over the Eagle game. And I know the Eagles fans, I know they're glad they win, but I had a couple Eagle fans at work, and they were not really ragging me. I think they felt that they got away with one. And they were glad they got the win. But I think they looked at that game and said, look, for 58 minutes or 57 and a half minutes, you know, they were either tied or losing the game. And the block punt, you got to give them credit. They did the right thing. That's on coaching, special teams. That's on our offensive line. And, you know, you can blame the defense to a point, but when you got the ball inside your 15 or whatever it is, 18-yard line, it's kind of hard to keep them out of the end zone. All they have to do is have, you know, 1 first down or whatever, and you're right in the goal line. Like I said, if we punt that ball away, boom, you know, we get the ball across the midfield. Maybe they can't drive down as far. Maybe they have to settle for a field goal and they're losing by 2, and they got to do an onside kick, or they kick it back to us, hoping their defense can stop us. But I have a feeling that our team could have won the game, whether it had been 18-16 or 18-13. It wouldn't have been a 21-18 loss. But I regress. All right, folks. First thing I think we need to look for on offense this week: more effective short passing game. CMC's back. Darnold's got to look for him as a safety valve. We got to get him involved. There's some times Hubbard has dropped some balls, or he's caught a couple of Darnold's passes and didn't muster a lot off of it. CMC's a special player, and I expect him, you know, a lot of times you look at a certain play and he gains, you know, on a play where Hubbard or another back gains 5 yards. CMC gains 9. Maybe that's a first down, where before it's not a first down. Maybe one play by Hubbard or another running back gains us 9 yards. Well, maybe McCaffrey gets 16. More yardage, more first downs, moving the chains, more points. You know, and I just think, you know, the tight ends have got to get involved too with the short passing game. Even our receivers. Hitting what we used to do to Steve Smith years ago. Hit DJ Moore for one of these side out passes and give him a blocker. And just try to get him to get 8-9 yards up the field, you know. Whatever we got to do to open up our offense. Number 2, folks, the number 2 thing we need to look for, focus on offense this week is pass protection. Our interior line is terrible. Look, Minnesota doesn't have a bad defensive line. They got some good linebackers. I mean, can the line hold up so Sam Darnold can step up in the pocket? That's not even having time to throw the ball deep down the field. Darnold's not even able to step up in the pocket to get the ball to where he needs to do. If you can't step up in the pocket, you're having a hard time. And that's when you get happy feet. That's when you don't plant your feet right. That's when the interceptions occur. So that's something we've got to really look at. And they've got to give Darnold time. He's got to be allowed to give him a little bit of a bubble so he can make his passes confidently. And folks, you know, the third thing I'm going to look at that we need to look at on offense this week, very big, more effective quick strikes on play calling. Got to be more aggressive. This pooch punch shit we did against the Eagles, we were in field goal range. I understand we're playing a field position game at a time. And second half, my God, we only mustered 3 points in the whole freaking half. But you're down there close to range. And this goes to show you CMC in that game where we're on the outskirts of a long 50-some yard field goal. CMC in the game, maybe we're, you know, kicking the ball in the 40, so we're going to kick a field goal. Or maybe we keep the drive alive and moving, and we get more points. We've got to be a more effective quick striking on play calling. Joe Brady has got to do a better job of just doing a quick strike. If we can't go deep, we've got to throw short. We've got to get in our playmakers' hands. CMC, DJ Moore, whoever it may be. Tommy Tremble even. I mean, he's had a second touchdown. Get Shi Smith, if he gets activated and gets in the game, get the ball in his hands and give him some space to open up and see what happens, folks. But we've got to be more aggressive when we have the ball. Second half, our offense, we've got to really turn attention to what we're going to do when we game plan at halftime. We're not looking good in the third quarter. We've got to come out firing on all cylinders. Okay, folks, what do you think of today's video? What do you think we need to focus on offense, Panthers, this week against the Vikings? Leave me some comments, pound that like button, hit that bell notification, and by all means, folks, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. We'll see you on another episode of